Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Just relaxing. It's the middle of the summer, and WWDC is happening on June 6th, guys. We have so much to talk about. They finally announced me. It's like a hybrid event. It's kind of in person. It's not in person at all. Let's go ahead and jump in. So what are you waiting for? If you're excited for today's video, drop a like down below. It seriously helps me and the channel out. And click that subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so that you never miss a beat. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video. That's the punch of somebody who knows that there's an Apple event happening in June. Early June, actually, just like Apple has done traditionally. What are we doing? Okay, I'm in the middle of a video. Therapy in 15 minutes? I can make it. Anyway, WWDC, it is Apple's developer conference. It is where all the developers come from around the world, and they all fly out to some place in California and live in harmony. It's 5,000 or 6,000 of them just having a good time. Oh, what's that? There's still a little bit of a virus going around. Yeah, that could be problematic. So it is weird how Apple announced this, right? Because, well, it's all online, but it's also in person a little bit. Looking at Apple's press release, you're like, all right, hey, there's WWDC and it's happening on June 6th. That's super cool. Oh, wait a second. It says all online. I guess the rumors about it being in person were wrong, right? Yeah, but also no, because then there's this paragraph below where Apple's like, yeah, even though it's all online, well, let me just read it to you. In addition to the online conference, Apple will host a special day for developers and students at Apple Park on June 6th to watch the keynote and State of the Union videos together, along with the online community. Space will be limited, and details about how to apply to attend will be provided on the Apple developer site at App Soon. That's it, I'm finna tell you, hoes. Alright, I've been from across the pond the whole time. I've just been a little impersonating the American inside of me. Now you might say, well, wait a second, the press release says it's all online. But listen, guys, I have a communication degree. You can see it, it's hiding behind the wall. It's there though. I have it, and I can translate this PR nightmare for you. You see, even though Apple says in the title that it's all online, it actually isn't. And that's what you pay $100,000 for, is that degree. In all seriousness, what is going on? Like, why would they say all online if there is a small in-person component where they say that students and developers can apply? And I have a feeling to attend in person that there's also going to be press invited as well, which leads us into what could actually be coming at the event and what we've heard from sources. But before that, I want to take a look at the artwork here because it is incredibly simplistic. In fact, I'm going to say it, this is one of the worst, most lazy pieces of Apple artwork for an event I have ever seen. In fact, I'm gonna say it is the worst. Like WWDC, they traditionally don't go super hard, but it's just a bird with a circle around it. And yeah, there's a little bit of the rainbow in there, but that's not hidden right. All right, it's just kind of boring. Even the teaser shared by Jaws over on Twitter, who always has the fun little marketing video with the song in it, is just a fade in and a fade out. Dog, I could make this. And I don't know, it just feels kind of like part of this was last second. Now, Dub, what's actually coming? Because that's what I'm wondering. I clicked on this video. What are we getting out here? I want something good, okay? Well, I do as well. And this year, I think there actually will be. Even though traditionally, I would tell you to set your expectations pretty mid. That's because by and large, over the years, WWDC has been a software-only event. Especially last year in 2020 and 2021 when it's been a virtual event, Apple has only talked about software. Which means that for sure, on June 6th, we're going to get iOS 16, the new version of macOS, the new version of tvOS, watchOS, and of course the home stuff, and basically the new software for every single one of Apple's things. And being that it's April, I would normally be able to tell you what's expected, like the big overhaul flagship features for this software. But we have heard actually nothing. Like software-wise, there's been nothing. There have been things that we want, like I, for iOS 16, want a redesign. I want some fresh icons. I think it's stale. I mean, iOS 7 has looked very similar forever, but we haven't heard that. That's just my speculation. Okay, that's just iOS, but you're saying we don't have anything from macOS, tvOS, watchOS, OS? No. No, we don't. We don't have anything, which is weird, right? And it makes me think that they have just completely locked down their software division, which makes sense because I feel like leaking software is, I feel like it's a little bit different. Okay, this is, we're going to have a chat after this, Buster. I'm trying to Oh, but I actually do have therapy. 1 second.
20 minutes later.
Apparently I need to deal with my emotions. No, I'm tucking those down right back inside. No, I'm kidding. It was a good session. Anyway, let's talk about not software. Let's talk about the hardware we're expecting.
But Sam, actually, if you look at the historical calendar, we very rarely get hardware at WWDC. It's actually primarily a software event, hence why it's called the Worldwide Developers Conference. They're developing software for Apple's technologies, not hardware, therefore you are wrong.
You say one more thing, Buster, and all these emotions inside of me are just gonna come exploding out on you. And you're right, okay? You're primarily right. And listen, I'm not saying anything, but just listen to this short snippet from Apple's last keynote.
Making our transition nearly complete with just one more product to go, Mac Pro. But that is for another day.
See, they had just announced the Mac Studio, and obviously a lot of people were like, oh, is this it? Is this the Mac Pro replacement? But Apple specifically said, no, that's another day. Would another day be very far down the road, or is another day the next Apple event? Not to mention that if we're gonna get a new Mac Pro, when's the last time Apple announced the Mac Pro? Well, that was at WWDC 2019 when it was in person and live, and that's when we got not only the new Pro Display XDR, but also the new Mac Pro. So it is by no means unprecedented that we would see Apple reintroduce new versions of that at WWDC 22. I think we're gonna see some hardware, and I think the Mac Pro, at least a preview, not a release, just a preview of what's coming is most likely. But would we also see Apple's VR headset? I know you're like, okay, the fanboy's coming out, but just listen for a second. For Apple's last major product introduction, they announced it like 7 to 9 months before it came out. I'm talking about the Apple Watch. They announced that at a September event, but it did not ship until May of the following year. To avoid this leaking more than it already has, where we start seeing hands-ons with it and parts leak, I don't think it would be crazy for Apple to announce this early, especially an all-new platform at a developer conference. Apple's gonna want developers on board to make VR and AR stuff for this headset as quickly as possible and to show it at the event targeted to them, where I guarantee like 90% of Apple developers are gonna be totally watching, locked in on what's happening. That being said, no reputable sources have said we're getting either the Mac Pro or the VR headset for sure. I just think there's gonna be some hardware. There's no way people are gonna be there if they're just doing software. What are they gonna do, sit here? Oh, whoa, that's the new iOS. How dandy, that's Mac OS. All right, we're gonna get on the plane and go home now. Bye. Anyway, let me know what you are expecting. What do you think's coming? And thank you so much for watching. Check.